Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Updates channel. I think we're something like 3 subscribers right now on our Daily Updates channel. Obviously this is my main channel, we've just hit 1.4k subscribers. So if you could hit the subscribe button on this channel, that'd be much appreciated. What I'm going over on this channel is the free school community. So I've created a free school community, everything related to client acquisition, signing more clients, growing your agency. We're currently sitting at 51 members. I aim to grow this to 100 by the end of the year. What I'm going to do is answer your questions every single day and just drop value on this channel. So today's daily update is going to be all around how to actually structure your outbound campaigns, right? So how to structure them to get the highest response rate possible. Right, so this is all going to be around really the copy of your campaigns, because this is the main thing that most agencies will actually struggle with in their campaigns. It's writing the copy. Getting the lead list is all pretty simple. I've created many videos on how to do that, but creating good copy is difficult. So let's dive into that. So I usually start by using this structure with our copy. This is pretty much how it always works, right? So I have an intro and a personalized intro first line. So like, hey, name, or hello, name, this sort of thing here is an absolute just basic intro. And then we go into some level of personalization. What the personalization usually looks like is using clay.com to personalize this first line and do it based off something on their LinkedIn URL or their website. So the data sources we actually need in order to do this are LinkedIn URL or website. Both we can actually get from our Apollo data. So we don't need to change the way that we're scraping our lead list to get this data. And this is the data we're going to use within Clay to create a personalized first line. Now, the way I actually create that personalized first line is using the Claygent tool. Right, so I created a video actually yesterday on my main channel showing how you can use the pre-built first line writers in Clay, but these aren't as effective and they don't go as deep in the personalization. Claygent will help actually research the LinkedIn URL and the website in real time to find things that we can pick up on. So I go to Claygent. Personally, the model that I use in order to do this is the 4.1 mini, and it will cost us about half a credit per line to personalize this instead of 2 credits if you use it as the standard model. So I change the Claygent model. If this is completely going over your head with regards to Clay, that's completely fine. I suggest watching maybe more of a beginner tutorial on how to use Clay. I have some videos like that on my channel. But if this does make sense to you, keep paying attention. So I'd use Claygent, and the prompt that I actually put into this with these 2 data sources, the LinkedIn URL and the website, looks something like this. I'm just going to go and copy and paste it for you so you can see what I mean. Okay, so this is the prompt that we actually put into Clay when we're running these campaigns. And you see that it basically says, this is what we tell Claygent to generate a prompt off. So AI generates a prompt for AI, but this is the first thing that we put into Clay, right? So we say, write a personalized intro to the contact based on their LinkedIn profile. So this is the first piece of data. Oh, I've made a right mess of that, haven't I? But their LinkedIn profile and their company website. So these are obviously the 2 data sources that we're looking at. Just 1 and 2. As per the data that we get off Apollo. Make it something that would stand out and is relevant to the current status of the company as per the information on the website. Please make intro short and to the point, just 1 line. Examples of good things would be mention the company has received funding or a new leader at a company. So it's basically picking up something relevant and timely from the company website or from that person's LinkedIn URL. This just means we have a lot more relevancy in the first line of that email, and it is custom to them and their current situation rather than just being super basic. So that first bit, that section 1, is all around the personalization, right? So opening and breaking the mold by having it personalized. That's the section 1. We tick that off. Now this next bit is the core offer, right? So if I bring this down to here, we can actually start explaining the core offer in the email. What this offer does is this explains exactly who we help and what we do and how we do that. The way we want to position it is purely around the outcome. You can see we've got the outcome in here. This should be the absolute most important bit of the email. This is what's going to get people interested. Not your mechanism, not your process, not how you do things, all around the outcomes. So it's saying we help Avatar achieve outcome through a unique mechanism. What that could look like is saying we help, let's say recruiters, right? We help recruiters sign an extra 3 to 5 enterprise clients per month, right? Enterprise clients per month with, and then a unique mechanism, something that's not commonly talked about in the market. So everyone will be saying like cold email or content. We want to make it a bit more unique and stand out than that. With AI, outbound driven systems. Okay, so that's an example of what the offer would look like. We help recruiters sign an extra 3 to 5 enterprise clients per month with AI outbound driven systems. Okay, so that is really the whole offer and what's put in it. We want to keep this really really short, really like concise and sweet. We don't want to talk too much about how we do things, right? So we want to make that bold offer and that big claim. Then, second most important thing is all about the social proof. Okay, we've made a big bold claim. How can we back this up? The number one thing that we should put here is a case study, right? If we don't have a case study, then ideally you want to work with a client for free until you have one. If you absolutely don't have a case study, you have nothing to put here, then I would put risk reversal, right? So risk reversal is basically what it means to the client if we don't achieve this. So let's say the risk reversal could be you don't pay a penny until your first client is signed. First client is signed. Okay, that will add social proof. Like, it's not necessarily social proof, but it will de-risk the offer for the prospect and builds more trust with them. The case study, which would be even better, is like saying, for example, so it would be just, we help recruiters sign an extra 3 to 5 enterprise clients per month with AI outbound driven systems. And then we would go into an actual case study, like we just done this for X, which will be your client name, and then who achieved, and then you would write about the outcome here, who achieved XYZ outcome. So we just done this for, let's say, ABC Consulting or ABC Recruiting, who just made an extra $55,000 last month of a placement they made from our outbound email campaign, right? So add the social proof. That is really, really important. Like I said, if you don't have the social proof, put in a risk reversal. Then the last thing we want to have here, this has got very messy, is a soft CTA. So a soft call to action. It needs to be soft, because if we're pitching people calls, it's just going to not interest them. People are going to say, no, I'm busy, I don't want to commit to a call, I need to know more information first. So it's very important the CTA is soft. Say things like, do you mind if I send over more information? Would you be interested in me sending over more information? And the reason why this is important for it to be soft is it's low friction. We've reduced the friction for them to say yes. Yeah, for them to say yes. Once they've already said yes, it's much easier to get the next yes on top of that, right? So the chain of commitment can grow. Let's say if we look at this sort of like graph with commitment over time. So this could be commitment, and this will be time. It's very difficult to get someone to commit loads straight away, right? What it usually looks like is we start low, then over time we build up commitment, okay? Rather than the other way around. So what we want to do is make it as easy as possible for people to say yes, right? With low friction at this point. Once they've said yes, then the next chain of commitment might be booking a call, right? So cool. And then up here, even more commitment is client. So we need to ascend this ladder of commitment over time rather than just going straight in for a call or straight in to get them signed as a client. The way we'll get most people to say yes and jump on calls with us is reduce the friction on the front end as much as possible. That's why we want a nice soft CTA, not like a direct one saying, let's book a call, here's my calendar link, right? Just because it reduces the barrier of people to say yes, and it makes it much easier for them to say yes. Obviously, what you want to do once you do get a reply, so once we say we have a reply from someone, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, send me more information. First thing you really want to do is like address their reply at the beginning. So say, thanks so much for getting back to me. Absolutely, would love to send you over more information. Then we want to frame a call in the attractive way. Like, so we want to pitch them a calendar link and send them a calendar link to pitch a call, but we want to frame it in an attractive way. So frame a call in attractive way. Once again, we want to make it easy for them to say yes to this. So instead of just saying, oh yeah, cool, I'll send you more information, here's my calendar link to book in a time, they'll go, whoa, I'm not ready for a call yet, I just want to know more information. The way to get around this is to frame the call in an attractive way. So for example, this could be like a free consultation. Yeah, free consultation. Or a free audit. Or a free strategy session. Right? And this disguises the discovery call, and it makes it easy for your prospects to jump on a discovery call with you, because they think they're going to get more value out of it. They probably will get more value out of it, and you're going to get more value from them in turn. But it's a much easier way to actually get them to commit to that call in the first place, right? So once you have a reply and someone saying, yeah, I'm interested, then we just need to address the reply, get back to them. And instead of saying, sure, here's a time, book a call with me and we can discuss what this would look like for you, we say, hey, sure, absolutely, would love to give you more information. What we can actually do is give you a completely free 30-minute consultation or completely free 30-minute audit on your current process and show you some quick wins that you can make. No strings attached. This isn't a sales call, but let's book a time to see potentially how we could help you get some quick wins with AI. That's going to get much more people to commit to that call. So all of these things in total will lead you to getting a much higher reply rate from your outbound, right? So personalized intro, straight in with a direct offer, add social proof / de-risk the offer, and then a nice soft CTA to actually get them to book in. This is exactly how I write my copy and what converts in the market based off what we're seeing currently. So hopefully this video has been useful. If you haven't already, join the Free School community and follow my main channel. This is where I'm going to be posting the bigger courses and the bigger videos. This is just going to be a daily updates channel to keep everything ticking along and provide daily value. So hopefully it's been useful, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.